Last year, I was fortunate enough to have one of the most memorable, important experiences of my entire life. And that's leading to an incredibly sentimental woodworking project that all really starts with this piece of cherry. This is an 8-quarter thick piece of cherry that is way too much material than what I really need. What I'm gonna do is cut a piece off the end of this, mill it down flat. My family was some of the first settlers in the state of Tennessee over 220 years ago. That being said, I was born and raised a Tennessee fan, and I was lucky enough last year to be able to take my son to his very first game in Neyland Stadium. This was more than a football game. This was about being able to share an experience with my son and create some new memory, something that is just ours. I'll go over the joiner and flatten one side of this and make sure I clean up one of the edges, and then I'll use the planer to clean up the other side. And whenever I'm doing initial milling, I like to remove as little material as possible. I want to mill stuff in stages so it has time to acclimate. I don't want to remove too much material all at the same time. My goal is to really get 2 boards out of this one, so I'm going to end up ripping this board down its length and then mill it up later on. Since I'm going to expose the middle of this board to the outside elements, I need to let this acclimate for a bit before I mill it down to its final size. If I rush into it, these boards will probably cup or bow or twist or do all kinds of things. I've been to plenty of games and I've experienced the wins, I experienced the heartbreaking losses, I experienced the nail biters. This one was different though, because we were going on the 3rd Saturday of October. And if you don't know what that is, well, that's the Tennessee-Alabama game, our biggest rival. After the tailgating, after all the pre-game festivities, then it was time to actually get to the meat and potatoes, going into the stadium and watching this game. And I tell you what, I've never experienced anything like this, and I've been in Neyland Stadium. I let my boards acclimate for a few days, then remilled them up, let them sit again, and then checked them out to make sure, are they still flat? So I set them on my table saw, they're dead flat, we're good to go. So now the plan is to take my 2 boards, glue these things together, and make a memento for the family. Now I got a tip that you may know, but you may not know. And if you don't, hey, this could really help you out. Whenever I'm gluing 2 boards together like this, I like to joint the edge that mates together at the same time. So what I'll do is I'll figure out the orientation. I like the way this one looks here with the grain matching up. Then I'm gonna take my boards, fold them up, go over to my joiner, and run them across the joiner at the same time. I often check to make sure my joiner fence is at 90 degrees, but you know, it's easy for that to go out of calibration, and even if it's slightly off, it doesn't matter because the other board is gonna be the mirror opposite of it, so whenever I splay these back out, put them together, they're gonna be a perfect match. After the glue is dry, I sanded the board with the drum sander and then trimmed it down to its final size. I also marked some center lines going all the way down the length and across the width. That's gonna help me out for using a tool that I don't really use all that often, the laser. I used Inkscape to come up with the design and engrave onto the plaque. So what I did was I made basically a rough blueprint of Neyland Stadium. I drew all the C sections in the stadium and the football field and even the checkerboard end zone. I also added the date that we went and the final score. They remodeled the stadium so there's less seats than there used to be, but there's still well over 100,000 people in there. It was the loudest event I've ever been at. You could feel it in your chest. Every part of your body just vibrated. If you focus on it too much, it can almost make you dizzy. That's how loud it was. I finished engraving the plaque and I think it turned out pretty good. Now there is an unintended consequence of the digital age, which is event tickets are oftentimes electronic now. So you download it on your phone, you scan your phone to get into the event. There's no paper tickets, and I want paper tickets, and I want them embedded into my plaque. Well, I had commemorative versions of our tickets printed up. I think they look pretty awesome. So I'm gonna carve out an area for those to sit inside of. I'm gonna go over to the CNC, route that out. This doesn't need to be very deep. I'm gonna put some sort of cushioning, something that will go underneath the ticket. I don't know, I figured that one out. Then I have the ticket itself. That should be flush with the top. Then I'm gonna put a piece of acrylic on top of that. This thing needs to hang on the wall somehow, so I'm gonna route a keyhole for a screw. Now, if you've never used a keyhole bit, they're kind of cool. The top of the router bit's a larger diameter to accompany a screw or a nail head. Then the shaft itself is much thinner. That way, whenever you hook the plaque onto that screw, it won't just fall off. To do this, you need to have a pilot hole. So I went over the drill press, drilled out a hole that matches the same diameter as the top of that router bit. I put the plaque on top of the router bit, turned on the router, and then routed the slot. The slot's not very long. I put a mark on my router fence so I know where to stop at, but I'm just going by eye here. It doesn't really matter. Went through my craft drawer and I found this piece of black felt and it has a peel and stick backer, so that's gonna work perfect. I'm gonna trim this to size so it fits inside my cutout. Also, this thing's black, which is great. It's gonna match the engraving. Plus, I made that cutout a little bit oversized and I wanted to have some space around the ticket so it didn't just blend in with the cherry background I have. So you're gonna see the black peeking through all around the perimeter of the ticket. I think it's gonna be a cool visual element. Got a piece of acrylic at the table saw that I'm going to put over the ticket and then screw down into the plaque. Over the drill press, I drilled recessed holes in each one of the corners for the screws. Now for the screws, I'm going to use little brass ones. I lined acrylic how I wanted it and used a hand drill to drill a small pilot hole into the plaque. The game was really close. It all came down to the fourth quarter, and then the end of the fourth quarter, and then the last drives. Tennessee intercepted a pass, and then it was over. I couldn't believe it. It actually got louder. Somehow. I don't know how it could possibly get louder, but it did. Strangers hugging each other, fireworks going off. It was insane. I sanded the plaque through all of the grits, rounded over the edges. Now it's time to apply finish. When it comes to finish, pretty much anything you'd want to, right? So if you like poly or lacquer or shellac, whatever, go for it. I'm gonna go with hard wax finish. I love using this stuff, and it's been a while, so hey, let's do it. What I'm gonna do is apply it with a white Scotch-Brite pad, buff it into the surface as much as I can, and then wipe off all the extra. I don't want to have anything just sitting on the surface because then it kind of becomes a sticky mess. I have used a hard wax finish on engravings before. Now the one downside is you got to make sure you get it out of the engraving itself. Not that big of a deal. I usually take a paper towel and just dab it in there, or you take like a small brush and simply lightly brush it, spread out that finish, you're good. After it dries, I can come back and add another coat if I want to, and then buff it out, and this thing's gonna look beautiful. I'm realistic. I know there's some cynical people out there that may say, well, it's just a football game. Who cares? It really can't be that important. It's a football game. But it wasn't about that. It was about just the two of us. And yeah, there were over 100,000 people in that stadium, but really there were two people in that stadium, me and him. Everyone's celebrating in the stadium. They're filtering out, and it's burned in my memory. My son looked at me and just stopped and he said, thank you. Thank you for taking me to this. This was amazing. How could that not be one of the most important days of my life? Hey, this turned out great. It's just like what I pictured in my head. And I tell you, that cherry looks pretty good. I mean, I had high hopes for it, but wow. Yeah, huge fan. I urge you to think about an important moment in your life, and could you use your woodworker, your maker skills to build some sort of memento to help you to cherish that event even more? I bet you can. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thank you to everyone over on Patreon for supporting us, supporting the channel. Until we meet again, get in your shop and build something awesome.